Welcome, wrestling fans, to the WIAA Valley Conference. The WIAA Regional. We had the Valley Conference last week. Most of the Valley Conference schools are in the tournament. Same tournament that we ran last weekend in Wisconsin Rapids. And you add in the Rhinelander Hodags to make the 8th team. Craig Timm giving you mat side seats. We thank him for his volunteering his time. Joyce Bennett's keeping all the stats for us. And joining me, Scott Tesch, at the broadcast site, Hall of Fame coach, Mr. Lewie Benitz. And this should be Asen Meyer at 113 pounds against a Merrill wrestler. And again, we do not have the brackets up yet. That's not been released, so we're just kind of guessing here. Could be Trevor Schenzel of Merrill. Meyer beat him 4-0 in the conference last week. Coach, this is going to be a tough tournament for the Red Raiders.
It's going to be a Donnybrook right from the word go here. Every point scored in this early round is going to figure into the points at the end of the tournament. So, Asen here threw a nice half here and missed it. I think in talking to Scott and Shane, any of the 4 teams could win it.
Now you're looking at Merrill, Everest, Rapids, and Point, and they all got numerous kids ranked in the state. They all showed up late in the tournament last weekend in the conference. And if any team did a little moving around to weight classes, wrestlers going up or down, we're not sure of that right now because we do not have the bracketing. It's not been released yet. But Asen Meyer is leading 4-0 right now, and a warning stalling on Schenzel of Merrill. Meyer wrestling at 113 pounds. The main goal here, Coach, is to score enough team points to win this regional, and that sets you up for the team sectional next week, Tuesday.
Yeah, it's all about this is the end of the road for 7 of these 8 teams, team-wise. And there's every point is going to figure in at the end. And even last week, we won it. We went undefeated in the conference. Everest was pushing it pretty hard at the end there. Everest has some really good kids, and Marshfield, I think, has a couple kids back that weren't in there last week. So I don't know. It's going to be who gets a break here or there and who really comes to wrestle.
We were talking about this a little bit before. We were having a little donut breakfast. Your top guys in your lineup are going to get their points, and it's going to be the average guys that are going to have to make or break this tournament. They're going to have to beat a guy that maybe they were close with and lost to during the regular season, or maybe pick up a pin here or there for the extra 2 points.
Absolutely. I guess it's always like that at this time of the year. It's not about your studs as much as your so-called average kids that got to come out swinging and pick up a point here or there, or not give up a point.
Yeah, if you got pinned in a dual meet or in a conference tournament, If you got pinned in a tournament, as I started to say, or in the dual meet earlier against the same opponent, your job is don't give up the extra points probably. If that wrestler's just better than you, just keep it to a decision.
Boy, Asen Meyer is wrestling really good here. He's getting, didn't get a count yet, but he's pretty close to it. These bonus points really count up big.
There you got the pin. Asen Meyer with a pin.
That was big.
In 3 minutes, 5 seconds.
And like I say, those 2 points are 2 points at the end of this tournament. It all totals.
That's right. You add up 2 points here, a point and a half there, and all of a sudden you've got 10, 12, 14 more points. Yeah. That's like having another weight class.
And that was a close match last week.
4-0.
Yeah, so that's good.
Good start for the Red Raiders. No other Red Raiders looking to go out right now, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the WIAA Regional. Lucas Erickson steps out on the mat at 126 pounds, and he's taking on a Rhinelander wrestler. And again, we do not have the lineups, from Rhinelander. And they've normally had some pretty tough kids, and Erickson gets taken right down. Now a cement mixer, and Erickson in the scramble comes up with 2.
Holy cow, what a wild match right away.
2-2 right now. Erickson got put right to his back from his feet.
And you're right about Rhinelander. They don't bring a lot of people, but the ones they do are pretty good usually. And this might be one of them. I didn't even know his record.
Erickson would have shot down low. And Joyce just provided us with some bracketing. Preston Spray at 106 pounds with a first round bye. And the Red Raiders, have Josh Black at 113. And Black was the wrestler that got the pin over Trevor Schenzel and Merrill. So we'll update you really quickly here. 120 is Lucas Erickson.
So we apologize to the Blacks for saying that that was not Josh Black, but it was Josh Black.
And he's wrestling Rhinelander's Hugh Weiss, Junior, 15 and 11.
The Raiders had planned on coming down. So Lucas Erickson is in a 4-3 match down there with Hugh Weiss from Rhinelander, who is 15 and 11. So that could be a real close match down there, it looks like. Didn't want to give that up right at the end of this period. Stay in here, Lucas. No points. That was pretty good. Lucas Erickson hung on to finish that period with a 4-3 lead, and those little things like that will make the difference at the end of this tournament.
All right, now we got a little paperwork you got caught up on, finally.
Kid's looking for that cement mixer again.
Red Raiders have
nice, really. Come on, finish though, buddy. Erickson is in on a pretty good double, but Rhinelander's countering this pretty well too. So
Erickson, he's hanging on. We get a stalemate out of that. 5-3, minute 12 left, second period. Erickson with the lead. Ryan Searing down at 126 now for the Red Raiders. Cole Laddick at 132. Zach Hamill down to 138. Damian Bennett at 145. Wyler Lubeck at 150. Dakota Bratz at 160. Leo Brostowitz at 170. Peter Rucker at 182. AJ Schutz 195. And the big two, Josh Hansen at 220 and Sam Scheidegger at 285. That's your Red Raider lineup in this regional.
So we really pulled almost everybody down a weight, and we'll wait and see if that turns out.
Yeah, from Wyler Lubeck on down. They stopped with Wyler staying at 152, and from 145 down, they dropped some weights. And an inadvertent poke in the eye. And that'll make you back up in a hurry. You get poked in the eye. It's not intentional almost all the time, but nonetheless, it still doesn't stop it from hurting. 5-3, 43 seconds left, second period. Lucas Eriksson with a lead. This is Hugh Weiss of Rhinelander. Weiss is a junior at 15 and 11. Eriksson's record, 19 and 17. Excuse me. And Weiss is back ready to go again. Got his vision cleared up.
"25 seconds here in this first round with Lucas Eriksson."
Weiss came out firing right off the get-go, just like that, and then took Eriksson from his feet and put him to his back. Eriksson able to roll through it. Thank goodness, otherwise he was going to be stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eriksson's kind of turned this around a little bit. Got the lead at 5-3, and we're on our feet here. And this is...
Whoa! And we period ended 5-3, and we were going to be in trouble maybe there at the end of that match.
Weiss's choice. He's going to go down to start the third period. Eriksson's going to have to ride and turn. Hard start by both wrestlers.
Yeah.
Eriksson stopped the first move.
Boy, Everest is rolling. I think they've got every match I've seen, they've got a pin in already.
Now Weiss stands up to his feet, and Eriksson throws the legs right in. Weiss working hard from the bottom here. Eriksson can't quite control him.
We got a match coming up over here with Everest.
Weiss to his feet again, turns to try to face. Eriksson drops down on a single.
Attaboy, Lucas.
Cole, Ryan Searing, Cole Laddick. I can't tell which one.
Match number 16.
Cole Laddick and Cameron Sari of DC Everest.
Well,
Laddick with a pin in 26 seconds.
I think that was actually Searing.
Nope, it was Laddick. Big extra 2 points for the Red Raiders there. Warning, stalling on Eriksson, riding on top. Got 56 seconds left, leading 5-3. Eriksson covers, we get the whistle.
When he got a stalling warning there. Nice plays. Keep his belly on the mat there, Lucas. Get a wrist, buddy.
And he comes back to his feet, and he basically had to cut him loose instead of chase him around the mat. Otherwise, give up the stalling and then possibly the escape as well, and then the match would have been tied. So now
this guy's pretty dangerous on his feet, too. He's tossed him once and almost got it at the end of the second period. 20 seconds.
Shot in, countered. Eriksson puts it right to his back.
Look at
Pin. Caught him and tossed him with a 2%.
Wow.
544 on a fall.
Boy.
There's quick 2 more
That was
points that we needed.
Right at the last second, too. There we got a couple of pins.
Big match for the Red Raiders there, picking up some extra points. And right now I do not see any more Red Raiders going out on the mat, so we will take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the WIA Regional here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Ryan Searing on the mat now at 126 pounds. And he's got a Merrill Tristan Brewington. Brewington's 21-18, a sophomore from Merrill.
This should be good for Searing, I think, being down more his own size now. He's had good matches. He hasn't always finished his matches good.
Good shot in. Now complete this. Step right over his head. There you go. Oh. Red Raiders have another wrestler coming out, and that is Zach Hamill at 138. Zach Hamill's opponent will be Carter Nepawaki of Wausau West. Nepawaki is 6-18, a senior. Hamill's 25-10. Hamill with a takedown.
Oh, Searing's having trouble over here.
1 point, Searing. Illegal hold, Nepawaki. Or excuse me, Brewington. Looked at the wrong weight class there.
Boy, Searing is getting in here so deep, and he can't quite finish it.
Let's see if he can pop his head out here. He's trying. He's got that ankle bite around that leg stretched out. And we got a stalemate again.
We get that initial shot in here really good.
Hamill with a legs ride working on top, leading 2-0. 40 seconds left first period. Searing in, but getting stretched out, head down on the mat. End of the period, 1-0 Searing.
And the deal with Hamill, we haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. He's had an injury and held him out last week, and so it's good to have him back as a seed and down a weight, and hopefully he'll do us some good here today.
Yeah,
do himself some good.
Right now. There is the pin for Zach Hamill over Carter Nepawaki in 153.
And it's still 1-0 down here with the Searing match. 1-1. He's got to turn this corner on this shot here. Easy now, easy. Ooh, almost got fireman's.
Yeah. He was circling the wrong way once he got that arm trapped in that fireman's. He's going over around the hip side. He's got to be out in front of that.
It looks like Damian Bennett is coming on here, so we're going to have three guys.
Damian Bennett, another guy you're looking for to have a kind of a breakout tournament here. He can make a big dent in this tournament if he wrestles up to his capability.
And Searing just got taken down over here, and he's trailing 3-1. And
Bennett's wrestling Joseph Behrens of Wausau West.
Boy, this kid from Merrill is squirrely here. Come on, finish this up here, Ryan. He can't quite finish it. This guy's a
picking angle now. He's got the two.
This guy's a clinger, isn't he?
Yeah, he does not quit. He gets in the scrambles and the roll-arounds and half of the wrist. Good position here for Searing. See how much he wants to commit to getting off to the side and running that. Now he lost a half. Bennett on his feet, 0-0, minute and a half left, first period. End of 2 periods, 3-3, Searing and Brewington. Searing on the bottom to start the third, hits a hard switch, trying to catch him to his back, got the reversal, got near fall coming. Keep that arm barred up.
Keep that chest in there, buddy.
Fires a half. Scoops ahead, got near fall coming.
Stay big, Ryan.
Get your head up here, Ryan Searing, arch your back. Pin, Ryan Searing. 4:25 on a fall time for Searing.
Well, that was good. He stayed in there the whole match. It wasn't an easy match.
No, it sure wasn't. A lot of scramble, a lot of roll around. And we got another Red Raider coming out here.
We got Damian Bennett here.
Nope, that's not. That's a Spash kid coming out.
Right here, though.
Damian Bennett on the mat, 0-0 first period. Against Joseph Behrens of Wausau West. Bennett's choice, he chooses down. Damian has struggled for a while here in the wrestling for Wisconsin Rapids. And you just there's some talent in there. You've seen the flashes of it before. You just hope he can put that together today.
Well, maybe this is a better size for him now.
Now Behrens got the arm pinned across the back and a tight waist.
Come on, Damien, you gotta get a base here. Come on, buddy. You keep moving here, though. He gets almost out, and then he don't quite finish.
And he stops. Yep. And it's not stopping for long. It's just stopped at the wrong time.
Boy, Everest is really wrestling well.
Bennett now to his feet, and they run off the mat. .57 seconds left, second period. Bennett on the bottom again. Going to get a fresh restart.
Just can't get rid of that arm. It was a nice switch started there. Oh, come on, get a base, though.
Warning, stalling Bennett. That's a point for Behrens. That's the second warning on Damian. Big point for Behrens right now.
Get that wrist free, Damian. He gets a pretty good switch going, and he can't get his arm free.
Warning, stalling on Behrens.
We got 18 seconds left.
Second period. Plenty of time for Bennett to get away here.
Use your hands now. Come on.
Warning, stalling. Another point for Bennett. Barron just hanging on.
Well, at least we got to our feet.
Now we're tied at 1. Behrens will go down. Bennett will try to ride.
Well, Bennett does ride pretty well. But now with the stalling warning on, you can't. You got to make it look like you're trying to pin him.
Yeah, you got to make a count here. And Bennett with no start on the top. Didn't even knock Behrens off his base.
That's a hang-on ride here. Come on, Damian, get aggressive here. They're both stalling.
Yeah, both of them are waiting for the stalling calls to take over the match here.
Get that wrist under here. Come on, Damian.
He's got a wrist tied up underneath now, reaching through to try to grab it. Ball and chain style.
He's getting a little more aggressive on top here.
Warning, stalling Barons again. 1 point Bennett. He's ahead 2-1.
Now we got to keep it moving though. Come on, Damian. You got to keep moving. It's hard to count on a ref for stalling, isn't it?
Warning, stalling Bennett. Now he tied the match up.
Those are non-calls. Why? Why did he have to do that? This ref has made this match. He scored all the points.
Yeah, the ref has awarded all the points without any wrestler earning any of them. .48 seconds left. Rolled by Barons. Tried to catch a leg. Bennett's picking an ankle here.
Pretty good counter by Damian. The ref is just looking to call something too.
No, Damian, don't quit now. Do reversal Barons. 25 seconds left. Use your hands, Damian. Use your hands, Damian. Warning, stalling Barons again.
You're right.
That's
he don't use his hands at all.
Now the match is tied with 15 seconds left at 4 apiece. Caution. Jump at the start. Damian, first caution.
So the ref has got to determine now who wins this. I'm not sure that's the right score.
Now we're checking on the score here. Now they're trying to get the clock reset. 15 seconds left. 4-4, tied. Bennett on the bottom.
If he can just come up and use his hands a little bit to break free. Get a hard start here, Damian. Now that's stalling.
Bennett with the escape. 5 seconds left. 5-4 Bennett. Bennett with a win. 5-4. Wow.
That was easy.
Okay. That was struggle from the start there. Holy cow.
The official scored more points than the rest of them.
Yes, he did. And he's the one that basically determined the match.
And Lubeck gets a bye.
All righty. Lubeck with a bye at 152. Dakota Bratz at 160. He will take on top seed Sam Molsky of Stevens Point. We'll bring you that match when we return to DC Everest High School and the WIA Regional. Dakota Bratz at 160 pounds against the top seed from Stevens Point, Sam Molsky. Overmatch here on paper. Now, for Bratz, you're looking, battle as hard as you can here and win matches and score points on the backside of the bracket.
Absolutely, yeah. He's definitely...
tried a little fireman's there. A little barrel roll, didn't quite get it.
Oh, he went out to wrestle.
Yeah, good start.
Molsky beat Leo in a real close match in the duel, but then different weight class now. Keep the wrist, keep the arm.
Molsky with a takedown and a lead 2-0. Bratz to consider this somewhat of a win not to get pinned here.
Yeah, I'd say. He's 1-4.
And now he's got a bloody nose. So far, the Red Raiders at 106, Preston Spray at a bye. Then the Red Raiders on a pinning spree here in the first round matchups. Josh Black over Trevor Schenzel of Merrill, a pin in 305. Lucas Erickson over Hugh Weiss of Rylander, a pin in 544. Ryan Searing over Tristan Brewington of Merrill, a pin in 425. Cole Laddick, real quick pin takedown to the back, 26 seconds over DC Everest Cameron Sari. Zach Hamill, a pin in 153 over Wausau West Carter Napawaki. And then Damian Bennett, you just watched that hard-fought 5-4 victory over Josh Behrens of Wausau West. So the Red Raiders took out a DC Everest wrestler there at 132 with Laddick, so that helped in the team points looking of it. And now a little mat cleanup here, and then we're going to get Molsky and Bratz back on the mat ready to go. Other matches for the Red Raiders. At 170, Leo Brostowitz will take on Wausau West's Ethan Sommers. Peter Rucker at 182, a bye. 195, A.J. Schutz takes on Marshfield's Simon Slade. Josh Hansen at 220 gets Davion Gillespie. And Gillespie is from Wausau West. And then Sam Scheidegger gets Wausau West Logan Burrish. Blood time again for Dakota Bratz.
Everest did lose the match down here.
And we took them out with a 1. We beat them at one weight class, so that helped. Again, these first couple rounds, you're going to get the mismatches here, so pinpoints are going to be coming pretty fast and furious, and then things tighten up a little bit as you get the top 4 in the weight classes advancing to the semis. So we got a couple mats now with blood time, as Bratz really must have been leaking here as they got him on the floor trying to stop the bleeding going on. This looks like Leo Brostowitz at 170 pounds taking on Ethan Sommers. Brostowitz won 15-9 in the third place match in the conference tournament.
Oh, this was the guy that wanted to go upper body with him all the time last week.
Yes, it was. Leo just toughed his way through all that stuff. He just stayed right in there.
Yeah, and he's such a good athlete. If I remember right, this West kid tried to do double underhooks on him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to throw him.
Brostowitz with a shot in, got to a single. Got his head trapped underneath. Dakota Bratz back on the mat now. We'll swing you back to that match. So that started first. Keep you updated on Brostowitz. Takedown attempt by Brostowitz goes off the mat. Molsky with a half and a wrist here, kind of mopping Dakota Bratz around the mat. Dakota got to get stomach down here, buddy. There he goes. But can't. Yeah, we got blood again. And blood again for Brostowitz.
Boy.
And we'll send you over to the Brostowitz match now. Still 0-0, 20 seconds left. I think Wausau West wrestler there, Sommers, kind of learned maybe a little lesson from last weekend where can't just go upper body.
Well, they pretty well coached during the week. 0-0 at the end of this first period.
Flipping of this comes up. Wasa Brostowitz. He takes down. Brostowitz coming out from the bottom, trying to get that leg free.
No, don't reach over here, bud.
Nathan Sommer's going to remain in control right for this instant. Now Brostowitz cleared the hips again. And they're out of bounds. Brostowitz probably needs to get out here in this period.
Well, he was almost out.
There he turns inside.
Ooh, this is where we don't want to be.
1 point Brostowitz, but in the throwing position now. He gets a little bit out of that, controlling some elbows a little bit.
That's where he wanted to be all last week, I think. Got to avoid this. Got to avoid this. Leo headlocked him out of there before. He'd rather not be here.
They're doing a major tape job on Dakota Bratz, taping the cotton plugs into the nose, into a double lift. Reload it again, Leo.
That height is hurting him here a little bit.
Yep.
I thought he had that lift when in real. Oh no. This Leo's a good athlete.
He sure is.
32 seconds.
And Sam Molsky gets the pin over Dakota Bratz. 159. So that puts Dakota Bratz in the wrestleback side, and that's a better spot basically for him to try to score some points here.
Come on, Leo. Come on, Leo. This West kid really counters well.
Well, Leo got the escape.
We're going to end up back on our feet, I think.
I would think so at some point here.
It's not a very good ride.
Now he's got he lost a wrist. Got a little bit of an ankle lace there, ankle bite. Now he lost that.
Can't stay here longer, we're going to get warned. Coaches had him cut him loose.
1-1 now. Minute 15 left.
He gets good penetration and then able to turn the corner. We'll be okay. But he can't get this underhook put on him right here. This stops everything for him. 1 minute.
1 minute. We're tied at 1. .45 seconds. Sommers crawls in on a single. Brostowitz power half trying to counter. Now he's got to go around the corner. 30 seconds left. Sommers got the wrist tied up underneath.
He's got him locked in here, yeah.
Gonna sit through a chest crusher. Roll through it, Brostowitz.
Wow.
10 seconds. Pick a knee right there. There you go. and he couldn't control him there. Scoring a takedown. No, they're out of time.
Well, put him right to his back and couldn't hold him. It's a tough match.
Yeah, it is.
I think Leo's a little better healthier than he was last week. Stay away from that underhook.
Shot into a single. Goes around the corner and lifts. Oh, he couldn't quite clear him. Couldn't quite turn him from his feet.
Yeah, can't believe it. We're in there so deep.
Brostowitz in a roll. Got to lift that arm up hard. Come out neutral here, Leo. Oh.
He run out of juice.
I think so. Wow. Tough loss there.
That hurts.
3-1 in overtime. That's a tough pill there for the Red Raiders. They needed that to go the other way.
Yep. Couldn't quite finish things off. So West kid was, even last week you could tell he could really counter well.
Yeah, they sure could. He did in that match. Learned a lot over the week about Leo. Well, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return. AJ Schutz at 195 against Marshfield Simon Slade. We'll take a look back and see if these two wrestled in the conference tournament. They did not. See if I can look back in my notes here on the dual meet. Did not wrestle. They forfeited Simon Slade. No, they did not. He was not in the lineup for Marshfield. AJ around the corner gets takedown. AJ Schutz record 28-9 as a senior. Slade is 5-5 and a junior. Good crossface. Folds Slade up. Barbed wires him over. Couldn't quite keep him on his back. Now trying to get a half coming the other way.
The half is pretty effective.
And AJ will squeeze him up tight here. AJ got time, 53 seconds left yet. Just keep settling him in. Walking towards that head, sinking those shoulders down. That looked pretty tight. 118 on the fall for AJ Schutz. He is a pinner, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He gets people in trouble. He usually puts them away.
Schutz will take on Walker Bathke out of Merrill in the next round. Bathke had a first round bye. Peter Rucker had a bye at 182. Next up, the two big boys, Josh Hansen against Davon Gillespie out of Wausau West, and then Sam Scheidegger against Wausau West, Logan Burrish. We'll bring you those matches when we return to the individual regional.
Well, we're here at the heavyweight match already. We kind of bypassed Hansen, but Sam Scheidegger steps on the mat here for the Raiders. And we're looking for an upset here. Sam Scheidegger is wrestling.
Scheidegger has got Logan Burrish of Wausau West.
Is 15-4, and Sam is 17-19. So we're kind of looking at a toss-up match, huh?
Scheidegger pinned him in the conference tournament in the first round in 5-12. We'll take that result again.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's just forward that.
Josh Hansen getting ready to go as well against Davion Gillespie of Wausau West. Scheidegger will be on the bottom side of your screen as Craig gives you a little bit wider view, and Hansen will be on the top.
After watching him all year, it's kind of, I know it's been a struggle, but he's still a freshman, a young freshman.
And Hansen, the young sophomore. Hansen on the top. Can't get caught into the runaround.
Yeah, don't chase him. Don't chase him, Josh.
Don't protect the legs. And gets taken down. These two did not wrestle during the year. Hansen and Gillespie. Gillespie not in the lineup when the Red Raiders wrestled the dual meet. Scheidegger beat Burrish on the bottom side of your screen 4-2 in overtime in that dual meet.
No easy way.
No.
It's pretty true.
Scheidegger trying to stay with a base there, trying to pick that angle off. Now he comes to his feet, turns to face, got the 1-point escape. Scheidegger leads. Hansen now working to get to his feet as well, working on hand control, gets the 1-point escape. He trails 2-1, 30 seconds left first period. Again, Hansen got to stay in a low protected stance and not chase.
Quick and jumping around, and he's got to stay in there, stay in the match.
Minute 5 left, second period. Scheidegger with a 1-0 lead. Warning, stalling, Wausau West in the heavyweight match. Scheidegger with a front chin lock. Drags him down to the mat, spins behind, gets a takedown. Good work there.
Attaboy, Sam. Keep some weight on him now, big guy. Not too high, though. No.
And he loses control, 3-1. Scheidegger with a lead. 38 seconds left, second period. Hansen starts down in the second period on the top part of your screen against Gillespie, trailing 2-1. Hansen now knee slides up to his feet, gets the escape. It's tied 2-2, minute and a half left, second period. They're on their feet wrestling. Scheidegger at the end of the second period leads 3-1 at heavyweight.
Big matches for our young kids here.
Yes, they are. Be great to pull off 2 wins here. Hansen with an underhook on that right side of Gillespie on top.
Come on, attaboy, Sam. Drive him forward. Drive him forward. Can't get him off his base here. Come on, Sam. Come on, buddy.
Attaboy, Sam Scheidegger. Now things are looking better for the Red Raider heavyweight.
Keep that chest in there.
He lost the arm, though.
No,
Now he caught it again. Got the half in there. Big trouble.
Big pin.
4:41 on the fall for Sam Scheidegger.
Now we're in a 2-2 deadlock down here. Josh Hell, and he lateral dropped him.
Hansen just tossed Gillespie to his back, and he got the pin.
Wow.
6 seconds left in the third
We just
period. Is
talked
that
about
Joyce?
our 2 young kids come through with 2 big pins here. Yeah. And
3:54 on the fall time. Josh Black. Lucas Ehrich, let's see, that's Preston Spray there against Tanner Schmidt of Rhinelander. And I do believe Josh Black against Justin Groshek of Stevens Point. Groshek with a takedown early and leads. Spray with a takedown and leads. Now he's going to cut him loose.
whoa.
And there was a wake-up call for us up here. That was really loud, that scream.
It's pretty shrill.
So, Spray, takedown clinic again. Leads 8-4 on the cut loose. Josh Black got pinned by Justin Groshek. What was the time, Joyce?
118, I think I saw it right.
118 on the fall time, so that puts Black
Down here.
In the semis.
to a match to get into a second, third place bout. Now Spray is on top of riding, 44 seconds left, leading 14-6. At some point you'd like to see Spray go after and get the extra pinpoint here. Spray working on digging her wrist up, trying to pin it across the back.
It's there. It's there. Oh, boy.
End of one. 14-6 Spray. Rhinelander's choice, they deferred. Spray is going on top. Gonna look for the pin, which is good. We'll take the extra. A tech fall give you a point and a half. A major gives you a point. Pin is 2 points. We'll take that extra half point. That could be huge. Just in my lifetime, I've seen a state tournament get lost by a half of team point. And there is the pin for Spray. When he wanted to, he just went out and got it. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. And that was between Stoughton and Wisconsin Rapids. And the half point came on a toss of a headgear into the stands by a Stoughton wrestler. He got penalized a point.
Coach's son.
And the Red Raiders ended up winning the tournament by a half a point. So every point super critical in this tournament trail.
Those are some nail biters, weren't they?
They were intense and fun and everything you could ever want in high school sports.
It was 3 days of white knuckles.
No wonder you're a great coach.
Oh, my God.
Lucas Erickson, I do believe, is going to be up here shortly along with Ryan Searing. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. 120-pounder Lucas Erickson taking on Keegan Cliver of Marshfield. Cliver, as Coach just mentioned, did not wrestle in the conference tournament. I'll see if they met in a dual meet. Cliver pinned Erickson in 3:02 in a dual meet. Cliver's ranked 5th in the state at 120. Ankle pick takedown.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Erickson getting his knees stuck up towards his head for a cradle. Trying to stay flat. Cliver able to turn him though. Erickson able to break the grip, get stomach down, but he's down 5-0 right now. Erickson got to control that wrist coming over his shoulder and neck. Armbar on the left side with a wrist tied up on the right. And Cliver out to run that. Erickson trying to build to a base, which he has done.
Kind of beating him up.
There's an Okie choke locked up. But Erickson fights that off, trying to turn inside and face. Good work by the Red Raider there.
Yeah, he's battling pretty hard.
And he's staying in bounds, trying to get the point. You can see Erickson backing his way back into the mat here. Nice job, Erickson, knowing where he was at and keeping wrestling. Got the 1 point escape. Will it make a difference in the match? I guess you don't know right now, but down the road.
Oh, his head on. He's improved a lot.
Cliver down now to start the second. Erickson on top to ride. Cliver tries to stand up, trying to turn inside. Now Erickson in danger of losing control here. Do a reversal for Cliver. And we're still in the same position that the referee would not award a point before, so Cliver trying to lock up that Okie choke.
We can call a stalemate. Probably a good call.
7-1, Cliver. Rylander just took out a Marshfield wrestler.
Joyce, do you have any idea what the team score is?
Joyce going to look team scores up for us here. Is Cliver getting a stoppage for blood time here? Cliver going to be on top. Erickson set on the bottom. Going to optional start and then drop down on top of Erickson.
109 Rapids.
Wisconsin Rapids with 109.
90 for Everest.
90 for DC Everest.
Stupid thing. Then I got Nico.
So Rapids in first.
Everest second, Stevens Point third, Marshfield fourth.
Stevens Point's in third. Marshfield in fourth.
But I can't get the point.
So Everest Power is showing up.
And so is Rapids.
Cliver in with a shot down low. Has Erickson on top of his shoulders. Now Erickson gets put on the seat of his step in here. But he's locking up to try to counter. 7-2, 10 seconds left. Cliver with a lead. We get a stalemate call. Good call by the official there.
82.5.
Wisconsin Rapids 121, DC Everest 90, Stevens Point 82.5, and Marshfield 75. Red Raiders will have Marshfield a number of times in this next round early, and matchup's not favorable. It's like the Cliver-Erickson matchup here.
Yeah.
Blaskowski and Searing at 126.
Dozel is pretty much the favorite in this tournament.
140 left yet, still 7-2. Erickson on top, riding in the third period here.
He's battling pretty hard.
He's at least making him earn his couple of points he's gotten.
Come on, get your hips up. No. So he gave up a reversal.
Now it's 9-2. And a cross-face cradle being worked on by Cliver. Now Erickson drops down on the hip of Cliver and locked up on the leg. And Cliver in danger of losing control here. See if the referee lets him wrestle this out. Erickson's fighting hard to pop that head out, get the reversal, but now Cliver's back to hanging on to a knee. 38 seconds left. There, he pops the head. 9-4. Erickson trails. Erickson with a half and a tight waist. Flattened out, Cliver. Erickson going after it here a little bit. 20 seconds
He's wrestled
left.
quite a match here.
Cliver just surviving to try to survive the match. Erickson trying to turn him. Gonna run short on time. Now he's got 6 seconds left.
It was a good match.
Erickson kind of won that third period, I would say.
Yes, he did.
9-4. Erickson goes down to Keegan Cliver of Marshfield, but gave him a heck of a match in the process. I don't think Cliver wanted to go a whole bunch longer there.
No, 9-4. It was closer than that, too.
And we got Ryan Searing coming up at 126 against Marshfield's Hoyt Blaskowski. Again, a tough matchup for the Red Raiders.
Lubeck at 52, a medical forfeit.
Wyler Lubeck at 152 is going to get a medical forfeit over Connor Sievers of Stevens Point. So he advances to the finals without stepping onto the mat. Searing now taking on Hoyt Blaskowski.
It's not a real good matchup for us.
No, on paper, you're not looking at Blaskowski's ranked 5th in the state at 126.
Pretty good freshman. Whoa, whoa.
Blaskowski wrestled Searing in a dual meet and beat him 6-2. Legs Ride trying to tip and turn, but Searing's trying to control an arm here, and he got a stalemate call out of it. Blaskowski still on top trying to turn Searing, but Searing's trying to stay in a hard base here. End of 4-0. Blaskowski with a lead. Disc comes up red, that's Searing's, he defers. Blaskowski chooses on their feet.
Recover now. Oh, boy. Falls into that barrel roll thing.
Yeah. Takedown and near fall coming and potential pin here. Searing in deep trouble. Almost like Laskowski took that shot, knowing Searing had kind of rolled through him, and then he'd catch him on that coming out the other side.
Yeah.
2:27 on the pin time for Hoyt Blaskowski.
That weight class after those two really drops off, though. So we have a chance of placing.
And we have no other Red Raiders on the mat at this time. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. 132-pound matchup. Cole Laddick, your Red Raider, against Brett Franklin of Marshfield.
Don't know anything about Franklin except he's 20-4. He's a freshman.
Ranked 12th in the state at 132.
They've got some really good freshmen.
Looking back to see if they wrestled in a dual meet, and they did not. Franklin not in the lineup there. See if they wrestled in the conference tournament. And they did not there either. Oh, and Franklin looking to lateral drop, Searing at the edge of the mat. Good thing they're outside. Front headlock now by Franklin. $38 seconds left, still no score in the first period. Searing with a shot, just got there.
Come on, finish this. Had a nice dump going, didn't quite.
Then he gives up the takedown yet late in the period. Now right to a cradle. And there's the pin for Brett Franklin.
That went from 0-0 to a pin in like 5 seconds.
1:44 on the fall time. Excuse me, that's Cole Laddick.
Damian's up too.
Damian Bennett going to be coming out right behind against Peyton Vaughn out of DC Everest. Not a good matchup here for the Red Raiders either. Peyton Vaughn wrestled Zach Hamill in the dual meet, beat Zach 4-1. And pinned Damian in 46 seconds in the conference tournament. Bennett coming off a nail-biting 5-4 win over Josh Barron's of Wausau West. And Vaughn with a takedown on the Red Raider. Bennett with the escape, back to his feet, warning stalling on Vaughn. This is the official that likes to get involved in the matches a lot.
That was a non-call. He already scored the takedown. He was.
Bennett with a shot and gets stoned coming in. Front headlock around the corner. Vaughn goes, gets a takedown as Bennett's face was put on the mat. Damian got to build a base here. He's just laying flat on his stomach. On trying to lift and step through the legs. They're off the mat.
This is not the ref to be laying on your stomach with.
No. He could basically end the match for you. He could just keep stalling you out.
He did that one match. I think the match was 5-4 and he scored all the points.
Yep. He awarded them all anyway without Russell's earning them. Caution on the jump of the start on Bennett. Warning, stalling on Damian. 1 point for Vaughn already. 5-4. 5-1, excuse me.
This is Pugh down here from Marshfield.
End of the first period here. First period. 5-1, Bennett trails. Vaughn's choice, he chooses to go on their feet.
Oh.
Bennett with a shot from too far out, straight in. Vaughn stones that pretty easily. Now spins around behind, gets takedown. They're going to cut him loose. Same position again. Damian gets his head down and doesn't defend the takedown. Nine to 3 now. Shot from a long way out again and gets his head buried and gets spun behind and takedown.
It's just not good technique.
Bennett with a weak shot in again. Head down on the mat, front chin lock, around the corner goes Vaughn, another takedown.
Yeah, he's getting flopped all around here like a rag doll.
Yep. And that different look than the first match where he wrestled pretty well. Vaughn's going to put it back on his feet. 13-5 with 30 seconds left. Go to work from his feet.
Stay in the match here, Damian. Come on, buddy. Circle in.
And another warning, stalling.
Yeah,
Bennett. There's that 2 points.
I know, but why there?
Should be 1 point. Yep.
It's a mismatch, and the kid's trying to stay in.
Didn't turn the clock off.
Now they're gonna. 21 seconds left. 14-5. Vaughn. Damian was shot down on a leg, but gets his head stuffed down on the mat, spins behind. Vaughn with another takedown. Yeah, I'm not sure you want this match in a critical, or this ref in a critical match.
Oh, boy. If you're really good, you might.
And Bennett's going to take the down position. They're going to put him back up. It's going to be 16-6 with 2 minutes left.
Pretty hard to get by without more stalling points getting thrown out here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. But Damian kind of gave up on that, too.
Yeah, he sure did. 18-7.
Come on, Damian. Be a fighter here. Be a battler.
20-7. 20-8 now. As they put them back on their feet, they're going for the tech fall, which got enough time. 22-8.
Kind of a feeble attempt to a takedown. Uh-oh.
Near fall coming now is turned into a headlock, and Bennett in a lot of trouble for 1:09. And there is the pin. 4:55. Vaughn with a pin over Damian Bennett. So next up for the Red Raiders, Wyler Lubeck, as we'd mentioned, got to buy the first round. Was supposed to face Connor Sievers of Stevens Point.
What about Hamill?
He what?
Medically forfeited.
Hamill.
Kind of figured that.
Excuse me. Wyler will continue the Wyler Lubeck thing over Connor Sievers with a one on a medical forfeit.
Right.
Now Zach Hamill medically forfeited to Demetrio Covarrubias of DC Everest at 138. So that gets you up to date so far. 160 Dakota Bratz will be coming up with Leo Brostowitz, Peter Rucker, and AJ Schutz to follow. We'll bring you those matches when we return to the individual WIAA Regional. Your Red Raider Dakota Bratz at 160 pounds with a matchup against Dalton Grabowski out of DC Everest. Grabowski pinned him in the conference tournament at 153. So, tough draw here for the Red Raider Bratz. Grabowski got him in a front headlock, trying to go around the corner. Bratz stops circling, and now Grabowski gets the takedown. Big match here with Wyler Lubeck's potential opponents. Freddie Lurkey is down 2-3 to a freshman from Marshfield and Willouette. And there's 5 seconds left. And that will be the winner.
That's an upset.
And who takes on Lubeck? Willouette just won 2-3. Maybe an upset there. Number 3 seed taking out number 2 seed. And that will be who Wyler Lubeck wrestles, as Dakota Bratz already got the nosebleed going.
Some great matches going on out here.
Yeah, so far, Gabe Pugh of Marshfield got pushed by a Wausau East wrestler. And a lot of mat cleanup going on with the nosebleed of Bratz. He had that started in the first match, and it's running again. And they're probably going to get the tape out right away and give him a tape job. Taped it around the nose the last time, around the back of the head with some stretch tape. And that'll keep the at least the blood from coming out and running all over the mat and the wrestlers. Bratz trails 2-0 with 1:32 left in the first period. Red Raider matchups. Zach Hamill is scheduled to go against Joe Pecor out of Stevens Point. Cole Laddick scheduled to go against Gabriel Ramos out of Wausau West. Damian Bennett scheduled against Cooper Benke of Stevens Point. Wyler Lubeck in the championship against Garrett Willouette of Marshfield in the upset match. Turk tip attempt by Grabowski of DC Everest. He's got near fall coming on Bratz.
Kind of looking in the rearview mirror last year. We beat Marshfield in a duel and a squeaker, and they beat them in the conference tournament and came into the regional, and we couldn't stay with them. They had too many individual horses.
We got 10.
They went on to win the dual meet in the sectional tournament, sectional duels. They went on down to state tournament and finished like 4th maybe.
Dakota Bratz getting pinned at 160 pounds. Grabowski out of Stevens Point. Bratz's individual season is done for the Red Raiders at 160 pounds. The top 4 finishers out of this regional go to the sectional. And
He's from Everest.
and they will advance against the other top 4 in each weight class from the opposing regional, which has Hudson and Chippewa Falls and that whole group in that area. Out of that, you'll take the top 2 out of the individual sectional in each weight class. They advance to the state tournament. The team that scores the most points here in this individual regional will go and wrestle the same team from the other matching regional that scores the most points in what's called the team sectional. That will be next week, Tuesday.
In River Falls.
In River Falls. And that's where the Red Raiders are looking to get, to give themselves the chance to get to a dual meet, to try to get to the state team tournament after a number of years of not being able to be there. So we'll take a quick break before some more Red Raiders come on the mat. This is the WIAA Individual Regional Wrestling Tournament. Peter Rucker, first time out on the mat today after a first round bye. He gets Wausau West, Nathan LaRue. Look back here in the conference tournament to see if these two met.
We have to get a few wins here, boys.
5:01 a pin time for Peter Rucker in the conference tournament. And we'll look back to the dual meet to see if these two met. And they did not meet. They made a little switch there, did Wausau West. LaRue wrestled A.J. Schutz. Red Raiders need some wins and some extra team points here. They are in second place right now in the team tournament. And they are behind Marshfield. Marshfield's had a pretty good run here of late. Right through their powerhouse. 113 through 145. Rucker caught LaRue coming in and tried to toss him, but wasn't quite 100% committed to the toss there. LaRue beat Connor Lund of Rylander 16-10 the first round matchup. Rucker in on a single. Trip by Rucker.
Nice, staying in.
Takedown, kept his feet in bounds. Oh, he worked that white stripe pretty well, didn't he?
That was good wrestling. "24 seconds left. I wonder if he'll try and ride him."
Forward roll.
Come on.
Who gets the escape? Rucker limp wizard him over, gets a takedown, and near fall coming. So he gave up 1 to gain 5.
His athletic skills just save him once in a
Oh,
while.
it sure does. 9-2 after 1. Yeah, and he doesn't need to think about what he's trying to. It just happens for him, you know.
Well, when he thinks about it, it's when he gets in trouble.
Yeah, that's the slowdown part for him there. When he just wrestles and reacts, he's all right. Got a wrist tied up underneath.
Keep it, Peter. Keep it. Don't be in a hurry here now. Don't be in a hurry, buddy. Have some patience.
Josh Hansen against Orion, we'll take a look at that again here. Against Orion Boa, DC Everest. It's barrel rolled right to his back and pinned in 10 seconds at 220 pounds. Definitely not ready to wrestle that match with
Wasn't
Hansen.
much of a match.
Nope. Escape for LaRue, arm drag, trying to get a takedown, and they're off the mat. Both up, says the official. On paper, Orion Bow of DC Everest would be the favorite in that match. The troubling part was the 10-second part.
Yeah, really.
That's the troubling part. Nine forward, 40 seconds left, both on their feet.
Don't tie up Peter.
LaRue would have shot in, but they're out of bounds. "13 seconds left in the second period. Short drag, Rucker runs him right over. Got a takedown, near fall coming on the edge of the mat. Going to get at least two.
Pretty good reactions.
And he could feel the balance point, and he ran him right over that balance point. 11-3, with 2 minutes left, Rucker on the bottom.
Oh,
Rucker set, LaRue covers. Rucker puts a foot down, stands right up, working on hand control. He got him separated, he's got the one. 14-3.
Oh boy.
Rucker with another takedown. You're going to cut him loose. Sam Scheidegger against another really tough draw, Merrill Zach Irabaran. Irabaran is ranked 5th in the state at heavyweight. Rucker 18-4 with 1:08 left yet. 18-5 now, going for a tech fall. Pace got to pick up though a little bit. Little duck under that head toss. Now it's 20-5. That's a tech fall right there for Peter Rucker at 182 pounds. And Irabaran tosses Scheidegger and pins him in 28 seconds.
Well, if you're going to lose, I guess might as well get it over. Save some gas.
Save the energy. That's a new way of looking at it, I guess. If you're going to go down like that. AJ Schutz has got to come out yet at 195. He's getting ready to go here, so we will take a quick break before AJ steps out, and we'll be back with that match when we return. AJ Schutz on the mat against tough opponent Walker Bathke of Merrill. In the dual meet, I think AJ was ahead in the match and then got pinned. In the conference tournament in the finals, AJ put the match on Walker Bathke and pinned him for the championship.
This is a match we have to win. Both for AJ and for
The team.
team, yeah.
we're in third place.
Russian arm tie by AJ, trying to short drag around behind. Couldn't get that done. Again with a Russian arm tie. Now switches sides on it.
After this last match, we'll be taking a half-hour break.
AJ working at 2-on-1 wrist tie there, Russian.
Make sure to get your 50-50 round.
And we get the stalling ref here too.
No, this isn't a guy. It's a different one.
Oh, you're right. He's got a little more hair.
Yeah, fractions of an inch more.
Two physical kids here.
15 seconds left. Pinch headlock by AJ. Don't have the head up too high yet. Gonna try to throw it.
No.
Slipped out of it. Didn't quite have the head. Headlock by Baskey. Schutt's gonna try and drag out of this. Got two with 2 seconds left.
And the last time they wrestled, his headlock slipped, and that's how he got taken down. So it's a good job, AJ. They worked on that this week, evidently.
Schutz is going to defer, and Baskey's got a bloody nose. Again, AJ first round pin over Simon Slade of Marshfield. And we'll see if Joyce can get us some updated team points here. Red Raiders slipping in the tournament here a little bit. Marshfield ahead with 138.5. Wisconsin Rapids in second, 132.5. DC Everest in third, 130.5. Follow that with Stevens Point, 111.5. The Red Raiders 6 points out of the lead, or out of a tie for first, let's say.
Well, we knew it was going to come right down to the end.
And again, Marshfield with a heck of a run through this round. They pinned a lot of people and didn't lose many matches. Red Raiders ran into some tougher competition in this round in a lot of weight classes. Didn't fare quite as well. There's your difference right there.
Well, that difference that Leo really match really made a difference. A match we should have been favored in.
I would have thought at least heads up.
Not too high here, AJ.
Hard crossface with AJ. Now we got out in front too far. Now we worked into a cradle. Gonna lose the head though. No near fall. Tries her again. Take your time, AJ here.
Tip him over. Just knock his hips over. Come on, AJ. Come on, buddy. Trying to get that knee in the side.
Now we got near fall coming.
Oh, and he's a squeezer here.
He'll start to stretch him out here a little bit. Knee stuck in the side, walking him up towards the head. AJ's got the power. Got a minute left. Keep settling him in here. AJ trying to flatten him out. Loses the cradle, but loses the pinning position. 3 near fall. Baskey on a scramble off the bottom. AJ recovers well. 5-0 the lead. Schutz.
Just as soon as it stay on the mat, these two guys on their feet, somebody's going to score big points.
Again, AJ got that leg out too far in front. Now Baskey's coming up with a single. "20 seconds left. No, roll on. AJ got caught going down.
Pretty
Reversal, 2 near fall.
sloppy wrestling.
6 seconds left, 5-4, AJ leads. Stand up by Schutz. Got the 1.
Wow, that was big.
6-4, they're on their feet. End of the period, third period coming. AJ is going down. He just proved Baskey couldn't hold him.
That was a big
Escape point.
big point.
Work it up again to his feet.
And this is kind of scary.
Yeah. It'd have been nice to get that escape with about 20 seconds left.
Well, or just stayed on the mat.
Baskey blocking and blocking.
Pretty safe in here.
$125 left yet. Baskey looking for a headlock. Russian arm tie by Schutz.
That's as safe as you're going to be, I think, right now.
And you can tell they probably worked on that this week.
Yeah.
He's holding his hip every time he comes back. He's doing like this every time he gets up.
Got that arm drugged down low by the knee, but couldn't advance from there. 45 seconds left.
Oh, no.
Talk about a obvious headlock.
Yeah. But they're both vulnerable.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, whoever goes first.
Get back into the
24
arm
seconds
tie.
left.
We're going to get called for stalling.
No, now lock him up. Lifts, takes him down off the mat.
15 seconds.
7-4 Schutz.
Seconds. You want to stall him because he'll fall it. Yep.
Warning, stalling, not going to make a difference. 2-1, 7-4 AJ Schutz will win.
Oh! He might get thrown out of here.
Baskey with some extracurricular at the end.
He honked him right in the face. Huh.
7-4 AJ Schutz into the finals at 195.
Well, he just hit him in the face.
I've seen Baskey lose his temper before during this year already. Conference tournament, he lost a team point for his team by losing his temper, so there's that issue there. The Red Raiders are done with this round, and they were in second place. We'll see the updated team scores here, hopefully before we leave. One more match in this round to go, and
Might be over quick.
Wausau East is putting a pin on a Marshfield Tiger, which helped out the Red Raiders a little bit.
33 seconds.
That's at 285. So we'll take a break and we'll come back to the WIAA individual regional from DC Everest High School.
That's right.
Yep.
Good, Craig.
Hold on.
Championship matches now. They just jumped right out here in front of us. Really quick light, kind of caught us off guard. This is Patrick Spray, and he is wrestling Gabriel Galang out of Wausau West. In the conference tournament, Spray pinned Galang in 5-12. Team scores coming into this round are as follows. DC Everest 142.5. Wisconsin Rapids 138.5. Marshfield 138.5. And Stevens Point 111.5. Spray with a takedown leads 2-0. Galang hanging on to the arm of Spray, and Spray can't get it ripped out of there. Warning, stalling Galang. Now Spray with a wrist and now just a half and a tight waist, and loses the tight waist and the half. Spray riding with 18 seconds left. Marshfield just picked up a pin over Rhinelander. Spray 2-0 after one period.
Haven't even been done announcing and the match starts. We weren't even ready.
Spray on top in the second period. Caution, jumping to start. Spray.
Everest got a pin too.
Spray working on top here, trying to get Galang flattened back out. Spray with a half and a wrist now. Lost the wrist, still got the half. Trying to stack Galang up now. Took him all the way over the top. Galang comes to his feet, trying to hit a switch on the way back to the mat. Spray caught that trailing arm, turned him back, stomach down. Spray with a bar on the wrist now. 1 minute left, second period. We need a pin out of Preston Spray at 106 pounds as Everest picked up a pin on the backside. Spray with a wrist across the back. Pin there. Oh, and they call it potentially dangerous just as Spray fired a half and was running him over.
And he wouldn't have had to call that because he was going over.
Yeah. Probably a pretty quick call there. 40 seconds left. Wrist tied up underneath now by Spray as he flattens Galang down. Galang doing a heck of a job, not getting any points scored on him. 2-0, 15 seconds left, second period.
Come on, get your hips up there.
End of two. Spray 2-0.
Here's a fun fact side note. I had some tear duct surgery a week or so ago. And it was Glang's dad that was the surgeon that did it. We talked about this a little bit.
Galang on top. Spray on the bottom. Spray stop. Galang stopped the first move of Spray. Spray now to his feet, going to try and stay in bounds. Not using his hand, just push her back against the legs. Switch attempt on the way down, out of bounds. .1:30 left, third period. Spray ranked number 2 in the state at 106 pounds. Caution, Galang on top. They are going one weight class at a time here for their championship. Third place, fifth place matches. Spray to his feet, hits a switch on the way down, a little cut back. Try to break the grip of Galang. Two reversal Spray, 4-0 with 1:10 left yet.
Doesn't look like there's bonus points to be had here. Sklang is pretty tough.
No, and the Red Raiders need bonus points. They need to win a lot of matches here yet. Half and a wrist for Spray. Gets the half pulled off. Takes it out. Spray counters that with 40 seconds left. Galang turns inside out of the half Nelson. He's on his feet with 30 seconds left. 4-1 spray. Galang with a shot in. "20 seconds, 2 takedown sprays. He gets his hips on top with the legs right in. Ten seconds left, they're off the mat.
Marshfield looks like they want to take over this mat here.
Oh, he got another one.
Caution, jumping to start spray, second one.
1 point.
1 point, now it's 6-2. Galang trails.
It was only the second, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was only his second caution, so there should be no points.
That a boy, Preston. I think we got a 3 count.
3, near fall, 9-1, extra half team point
Wow,
for Preston, extra 1 team
That was
point for
big.
spray.
yeah, that was big.
He is a regional champion at 106 pounds for the Red Raiders
So he picked up 7 points.
over Gabriel Galang out of Wausau West.
We kept wrestling the whole match, you know. We didn't, 10 seconds left. He had started and he got that extra 3 points.
Yeah, you got that quick tip in there with a hip tip. Next up for the Red Raiders at
13 pounds.
13 pounds. Tough matchup here. Josh Black, your Red Raider, against Shane Westerhausen of Marshfield.
He picked up 8 points on that.
They will be a wrestle back, fourth place in the 106.
Black with a takedown.
This little guy's really improved a lot. Who did Westerhausen wrestle in the duel?
Let's see if I look back here and find
Oh,
that.
probably Spray, huh?
Westerhausen wrestled Black and pinned him in 5:27.
He did. Well,
There's going to be a wrestle down at 6 for 3rd place. Yeah. Because these two haven't wrestled yet. He won't get a wrestle down because Lang beat him. So Wausau West is 2nd.
this is a big match.
Yeah, if the Red Raiders could pick this one off, it'd be something special here. 2-1 now. Westerhausen on his feet. Westerhausen went an underhook. Now pulls that out. Black got to counter hard here.
Come on, you're okay.
Oh, and he gave up the takedown with 15 seconds left.
He was okay there, too.
Little panic set in there. 3-2 Westerhausen after 1 period. That was a huge takedown late.
7-4, 2-5, 9-2.
Black now with a bloody nose.
That number again is 7-4.
Black beat Trevor Schenzel of Merrill on a pin first round. Lost to Justin Grosick, top seed of Stevens Point, on a pin in 118. And Westerhausen of Marshfield is his opponent here. And again, Westerhausen pinned Black in the dual meet in 5:27. Mat cleanup going to take place here shortly. Get that all straightened away. Second period, Black goes down to start that, trailing by 1. Oh, can he catch him?
Come on, just hip into him. Come on, come on.
Oh, and he turned right back
So
underneath
close.
him.
That was a nice switch too inside and little side roll.
Black trying to come up. Can he catch him? And he just can't catch him at the right spot.
But he did score a reversal.
Got the reversal. He's up. I think they put the score in the wrong way, didn't they? No, they did not. It's 4-3 Black. Now it's 5-4 Westerhausen.
It's quite a match.
Westerhausen is red.
Come on, Josh. You got 1 minute.
Get this back to even, Josh.
Westerhausen leads 5-4. And he's trying to get the legs in here.
Get belly down here, Josh. There you go. Double legs right in
He's pretty
now.
flexible.
30 seconds left. And we got blood again. And that's probably a good thing because they get a fresh restart.
Yep.
It's Westerhausen had the double legs right in. That's about as controlling as you can get.
Marshfield's winning over here. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
That's point.
It's point.
We're tied with Everest right now.
Black set. Westerhausen covers. 30 seconds left. Tried to switch again. Westerhausen waiting for it. Now, don't stop down here now. Now you can grab the head and stack him up. He rolled through the Okie choke. Got stomach back down. No near fall. 5-4. Westerhausen will take that lead into the third. And he goes down. Just in body size, Black looks a lot smaller. Westerhausen stands right up. And they cut him loose. 6-4. And he got blood on Black again. .138 remaining. 6-4. Westerhausen and Marshfield with a lead. And cleanup continues on both wrestlers now. Lucas Eriksson will wrestle Easton Block out of DC Everest in the next matchup at 120. Both on their feet. Westerhausen forces a collar tie, beating on the head, front headlock, controlling an elbow, trying to go around the corner. Around the corner the other way, trying to hip him over. Black into a single. Right now trying to come up with it to a double.
Step over. Come on.
Get your hips back up. Oh, and he got caught and stepped over.
Well, he did everything right except,
Ran out of power.
well, Westerhouse is a pretty good wrestler, evidently. Stepped over. Shoot, we were right in that match, too.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. Black trying not to get pinned here. There, he got pinned. 2 huge team points for Marshfield added on. Huge match there. Now the Red Raiders hopefully can come back with a DC Everest matchup with Lucas Erickson takes on Easton Block. We'll bring you that match shortly when we return to the individual regionals. Here we have the 120-pound matchup. Easton Block out of DC Everest and your Red Raider, Lucas Erickson. Block in on a double leg. Takes Erickson to the mat. Right off the get-go. Block not in the lineup when the Red Raiders wrestled DC Everest to the dual meet.
Keep going, Lucas. You're going to be out. Some of these matches for these place matches are what we have to.
Oh, we have to come out and win those, yeah. He limped armed out of that once he had the leg right in. He got the reversal. It's 2-2, 1:05 left.
No place for a cradle there, though, Luke.
Can't tell if he's got it locked. He may have a cradle locked. Now he takes Block. Oh, he lost the grip on the cradle. But he got Block off his high base. Block just sitting hard in a base, and Erickson can't even chop an arm in on him. You see him repeatedly trying to chop that left arm, and it doesn't hardly move. Off the mat. Six seconds left, first period. 2-2 the score. Got to have a hard start by Erickson. Block jump to start. Caution. And a 1. Erickson's choice, he deferred. Block's choice, he'll go down.
Now we can stretch him out here a little bit. Atta boy, Lucas. Take your time here, though. Have some patience.
Half an wrist now by Erickson. Block plants a leg in the mat. Straighten him out. Straighten him out again. Dig a leg in there. There you go. Oh, he stepped out of that. Stick it in there again. Off the mat. 1:12 left, second period.
Atta boy. Keep his hips down here.
.45 left. Digging the leg, tried to dig the legs right in, but missed it. Now Block's trying to control an elbow. .25 seconds. Erickson got to knock him off his base, steps in with a legs ride. Now, working on the double legs here. Trying to get a half through, power half now. Good period for Erickson here. He ground blocked for that whole 2 minutes.
It was. He wrestled a good period.
Here's your chance to win it, Lucas. Got to come off the bottom. Block has the left wrist of Erickson tied up underneath. Now he's got a bar, loosely, but it's there. Erickson building a base.
Come on, get a foot on the mat here, Luke. Come on, buddy.
So far, good hang-on stall ride here by Block, but nothing else. Keep your arms free here, Luke. One minute. Warning, stalling Block. Erickson got to have a hard, explosive start here. Create just a little separation. No start. Just based off.
Atta boy. Oh, we hit it too.
Coming up again. Block just hanging on here.
Now we're set. Come on, keep going, keep going.
Turn inside. There you go.
He's pretty tough with that little roll.
Comes out with a 1. 30 seconds left. 3-2 Erickson. Shot by Block, countered by Erickson, countered again. 15 seconds. Warning,
Careful
stalling
here,
Erickson. 3, 2, 1. Erickson. 3-2.
Big match. Big match. They were looking for a stall. Look at Eric. What's this always?
Better than that. He took out an Everest guy.
Oh, yeah.
No chance there to gain any more points. So Lucas Erickson doing his job there at 120 with a 3-2 win over DC Everest. Easton Block. We'll take a break. We'll bring you more Red Raider Wrestling when we return to the individual regional. Ryan Searing at 126 pounds against Wausau East Maddox Rye.
This match we have to win.
And
we should win it.
Hopefully get some extra points. Maddox Rye beat Lucas Erickson 8-2 in a dual meet.
Come on, get some position here, Ryan.
And Searing and Rye did not wrestle in the conference tournament. DC Everest and Marshfield in the finals.
It's Blaskowski.
This is Blaskowski and Heel in the finals. Searing getting stretched out now with a one-handed single. Now comes to his feet, steps into a single, got it locked.
He gets in real good. He don't finish real good
Yeah,
sometimes.
and then the move he makes once he's in there is usually the wrong one. Instead of that good hard dump, he went for a double and took them all both out of bounds. .45 seconds left. No score. Come on, Ryan, finish the period with a takedown here. Instead, Ryan on a singles, Searing going to counter. Can he get the arm picked out of there? And back to neutral again.
Get the old double stall call over here.
5-0, Searing and Rye at the end of the first period, and we're on our feet, no score. Flip of the disc comes up Searing's color. He goes down to start the second period, looking to score from the bottom. Rye covers, and his head was hanging way over this side of the body. It's got to be down the center of the back. Referee never bothered to even look at it. Searing puts a foot down, gets a cradle locked up on him, but comes up to a throwing position. No arm in the headlock. And again, Searing trying to get the reversal. No points scored yet.
Come on, Ryan, break free, get your one.
Cement mixer.
One.
And puts Searing to his back in deep trouble.
Hang around. Pretty soon you won't be around. It's going to what happened there.
1:10 left yet.
Come on, Ryan, get that arm through. Fight a little bit here. Come on, be a battler. Could tell when his leg went down, it was over.
Ryan Searing goes down in 3:02 on a fall by Maddox Rye. Disappointing loss there for the Red Raiders at 126. And now we have to wait to see. So
That wasn't a
Ryan
very good effort.
Searing will finish in fourth place. At 126 pounds. And we're going to move to 132 pounds, where we're going to have Cole Laddick taking on Wausau West Gabriel Ramos. We'll bring you that match shortly. Cole Laddick at 132 pounds gets Gabriel Ramos out of Wausau West. Ramos beat Laddick 5-1 in a dual meet. And
he's 29-7 coming in, which means he's won a few matches.
he beat Searing in the in the conference tournament 7-4.
Yep. It's a three-way tie.
Laddick. Get your two anyway. Now you should have two. Now get more.
Boy, he's being pretty aggressive.
But don't cut him loose. Two takedown, one escape. Ramos with a shot in. Lubeck got a counter hard. Got a crossface in. Inside thigh pick here. Now to the front headlock. And we're out to neutral again. Little sweep shot from way too far out, missed by Lubeck. 7 seconds left. Shot in again by Ramos, and the period runs out. 2-1 after one period. Lubeck. Ramos's choice. He goes down right away. And not anything for a start, just an ankle pick by Lubeck. Allowed Ramos to try to get to that switch position. Good thing Ramos gave up on that. Can he chin drop him and catch him? Oh, and they stopped that for potentially dangerous. Minute and a half left. Well, they got to remain in control here. Got to get him back to the mat. Now they're out. Warning, stalling Lubeck. Wow.
That's a poor call. Oh my God, it's the stalling ref.
No, different one. It's a different one.
No, it isn't.
Yep. That's Dan Parlier down there. Now it's 2-2. Ramos would have shot in again. Lubeck stands him back up. Ramos with a barrel roll attempt. Lubeck trying to counter now. See if we can score some points here. Got a knee right there to pick as well. And we get stood back up for nothing. 12 seconds left. End of the period. Lubeck is just reacting right now. He's not being the aggressor. Ramos is carrying the pace here. 2-2 after 2. They're going to put him on his feet, give him the 1 point lead. Ramos with a shot in again, right at the ankle. Lubeck got to fight this off. Potentially dangerous, stopping for the knee, getting bent sideways. Lubeck with a bad shot from way too far out.
Get some head position here, Cole. Come on.
Ramos again with a shot.
Sweeps right under them.
Lubeck looks like he's out of gas almost. Gets caught out of position, out of stances. Shot in again with a sweep. This time Ramos is trying to lock it up. Lubeck's got to fight that down and away. Don't stop now, Cole.
Stay in there. Stay in there.
Oh, and he gives up the takedown with 50 seconds left.
Wow.
What's the score?
Score is not up on the clock.
The 4-3? Oh,
4-3 on the scoreboard. Ramos with 33 seconds left. No start for Laddick, just basing off. Warning, stalling Ramos.
he's not going over.
They're questioning a. You can't question a stall call. What's the matter with you, ref? Coach?
That's a coach's warning that he just assessed to the Wausau West bench.
Well, you can't question that. Can't question
Laddick with
judgment.
finally a hard stand-up. You get your one here, Cole. Laddick with a reversal. 9 seconds left. You got to stay tough here now, Cole Laddick. Warning, stalling Laddick. Wow.
What's the
1
matter with
point
these
tied
guys
up.
today?
0. That's 2 seconds left. 5-5.
What a that call.
Overtime.
The refs have made way too many stall calls.
Ramos with a shot and elbow control. Laddick gives up the takedown. Came back, got the match with a lead, lost it in overtime, and gave up a takedown. Just flat gave it up.
Last 2 matches just on plain old toughness.
7-5, Ramos. Tough loss on matches the Red Raiders should be winning. Wow, that's a tough one to swallow there as well. Next up for the Red Raiders at 138 pounds, scheduled Zach Hamill against Joe Pecor of Stevens Point. And we'll see if that match takes place. We're not sure. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Damian Bennett at 145 against Cooper Benke of Stevens Point. Hopefully Damian Bennett can turn the fortunes of the Red Raiders here a little bit. They are going on a losing streak here.
Yeah, we've just lost matches we shouldn't have lost.
These two did not wrestle in the dual meet. And neither in the conference tournament. Red Raiders down in 3rd place in the team standings right now, behind Marshfield and DC Everest. Benke in a single leg, pulls Bennett back inside the mat. And gives up
Come
the
on,
takedown.
get some offense here, Damian. I'm not happy with that at all. Just the effort. Everest and Marshfield are in the championship match here with Dozel and Vaughn.
12 seconds left. Bennett again, stomach on the mat, not able to build a base. Going to get hit for a warning, stalling. Period is out.
They actually gave him the warning after the time was up.
Craig was watching the clock and seen the warning come after the time was out.
So we're trying to argue. They said that didn't happen.
So we'll see later on if that warning stayed or not. I'm not sure. The referee did not signal anything there if he kept the warning or not. Bennett's choice, he deferred. And Benke's choice, he goes down. Real hard start by Benke, and just Bennett not close to holding him.
Should be 3.
Off the mat they work. Should be 3-0.
The score should be 3, shouldn't it?
Right.
Carl went and told him.
Damian Bennett with a kind of a half an attempt at a shot. Didn't really commit to taking it. Maybe would have completed it if he would have just fired it off.
Come on, Damian.
And Benke into a single again off a hard snap.
Fight it, Damian.
Got it elevated, back trip. There, Damian fought that takedown attempt off, but then threw an ill-advised headlock and gave up the takedown. Did all the hard work and then gave it back. (5-0) the lead. 40 seconds left. Bennett now to his feet, 15 seconds left. Again, not using the hands at all.
He would have been called for locked hands. Would have been pretty wrong.
End of the second period, 5-0. Third period, Bennett trails 5-0. Match not out of reach yet, but Damian's got to make it a match here. Scrambles to his feet. Now, no hands again. Now he's working on hands. Warning stalling. A quick warning stalling on Benke. And off the mat they work. Caution, jumping to start Bennett. First one. Bennett to his feet, turns back. Got the one up on his feet now, 124 left, 5-1 he trails.
Come on, get some offense here, Damian.
109 left, still 5-0. 5-1, excuse me. Shot inside, but stopped, and then he stopped down below and allows Benke to get behind him and take him back down.
It's a little tough to find anything positive about these last few matches.
Bennett up to his feet. Benke cuts him loose. 7-2 with 30 seconds left. Got to look for a 5-point move here. Ten seconds. No takedown at the end. 7-2. Benke with a win over Damian Bennett. And another Red Raider going down in a row. Wyler Lubeck going to get set to go at 152. Hopefully a bright spot for the Red Raiders. Dozel and Benke already wrestled, or excuse me, Vaughn and Benke will wrestle for second. Bennett will be fourth. Wyler Lubeck in his championship against Garrett Willowett, a freshman out of Marshfield, and Willowett beat
Freddie Lurkey
out of DC Everest. Lubeck the top seed, Lurkey the 2 seed, Willowett the 3 seed.
There will be a wrestle match at 145 pounds for second place.
20, 30, and 13 for Willowett. He's only a freshman. Back trip for Lubeck off a high single. On the edge of the mat, no takedown yet. Lubeck trying to gain control, pull him in. There's the 2. First time we've seen Lubeck today. He had a bye in the first round, and then Connor Sievers of Stevens Point medically forfeited to Lubeck. And Willowett and Lubeck have a stoppage as Lubeck's got a little abrasion on the side of his cheek, and that got opened up a little bit, so they're stopping that for blood. Red Raiders in a long losing streak here. Zach Hamill lost on a medical forfeit to Joe Pecor, Stevens Point. He did not take the mat. Preston Spray, a champion at 106 pounds. Josh Black has a wrestleback yet at 113. At 120, Lucas Erickson finished third. He won 3-2 over Easton Block at DC Everest. Ryan Searing lost on a pin and finished fourth at 126. And Cole Laddick finished fourth at 132. Zach Hamill fourth at 138. Damian Bennett finishing in fourth place at 145. Should be 2-1 Lubeck.
I got the wrong guy.
And that's kind of seen that quite a bit here today.
That just ran off 3 seconds too.
And that's not the right score. And now we're changing things up. And that's the correct score. 2-1 Lubeck, 47 seconds left. And they're getting Lubeck's cheek cleaned up here. And he's back ready to go again. 47 seconds left. 2-1 Lubeck on their feet.
Well, that's just a brawler, a battler.
Willowette with an underhook on the right-hand side. Ten seconds left. Again, in this middle of the lineup, Marshfield has got a ton of kids, and they're ranked, and they're good, and they're young. Lubeck deferred, Willowette's going down. Willowette easy to his feet, and Lubeck no chance to hold him. 2-2. Lubeck underhook on this left side. Hard snap by Willowette. Had Lubeck going down to the mat.
He's a brawler. He's pretty physical.
Yes, he is. He's put together really well. Shot and a reshot, and both guys block. .45 seconds left. Lubeck with a shot in. And he keep it inbounds here. Got it elevated off the mat. Willowette with a hard whizzer. Nothing yet. Lubeck trying to keep his feet in bounds, and Willowette's out. Lubeck with a shot in again. Willowette countered. 12 seconds. Second period comes to an end. 2-2 the tie. Lubeck's choice. Warning, stalling on Willowette backing off the mat. Lubeck down to start the third. Lubeck steps out of that leg bite. Two. Lubeck on the bottom. 1:28 left. Lubeck to his feet, working on hands. Willowette can't hold him. It's 3-2. Lubeck with a lead now. Willowette with a double leg shot. Lubeck stood him up, but he's got a lock on him. Willowette breaks the lock around the body. Now locks it again. relocks one more time, then breaks it off again. "40 seconds. "30 seconds. Willowette with a shot in one more time. Lubeck's going to counter a duck attempt and missed by Willowette. Warning, stalling. Willowette. Warning, stalling. Lubeck drops down. Takedown 2. 5 seconds. That seals the match right there. "5-2, 5 seconds left. Lubeck on top riding. "5-2, Wyler Lubeck with a win and a championship at 152. One
Well,
bright
we
spot
broke
there.
through. We got a win.
One bright spot there after a long time of Red Raider wrestling that didn't go so good. Championship at 152 for Wyler Lubeck over Garrett Willowette of Marshfield. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider wrestling when we return to the individual regional. Leo Brostowitz at 170 pounds against Marshfield's Jaden Wilhelm. This is a match to get into a 4th place bout.
It's a match to move individually on to sectional.
That's right. These two did not wrestle in the dual meet. And Brostowitz beat Wilhelm 17-3 in the conference tournament.
We need to cheer for Merrill down here.
So we'll see if Leo can put 2 matches together for the Red Raiders in a row. Again, 160 Dakota Bratz knocked out earlier in the tournament. He's done wrestling for this year. Brostowitz into a double high lift, takes him down, fires a half, going around the circle in a hurry here. 2 takedown, Brostowitz. That's what we missed in the last match, was that aggressiveness.
Right.
Of course, here, mentally, he knows he kind of took apart this Marshfield wrestler last week. So mentally, he figures he should be better. I'm not so sure he figured that in the last round with Somers of Wausau West.
There will be a wrestle match in for 4th place.
30 seconds, 2-1 Brostowitz.
Concession stands, there's half off hot dogs, cheese pizza.
Brostowitz with a shot in again to a single, got it off the ground, but they're out of the mat. Ten seconds left.
Oh,
Not there, not there.
Brostowitz just basically knocked Wilhelm back on his seat of his step, and he went spinning around on the mat. Brostowitz bull rushed him. Tried to throw a wild headlock, which was not available. Probably a good thing none of that happened. 2-1 Brostowitz after 1. He's on the bottom starting the second. Up to the feet, working on hand control.
well, now if we win, we get a wrestle match.
Come on, Leo, break free here. Scoring points down there.
Cradle locked up. Brostowitz picking a leg here, trying to fight, and gets stomach back down to a near fall. Now he's up, explodes out. Ooh, trouble there that he avoided. 3-1 Brostowitz on his feet. Wilhelm shot in again, Brostowitz countering. See, and here's where the pace slows right down for Leo. There was no
Looks
problem.
like he runs out of juice.
Oh, yeah, you can tell by the body language. "20 seconds left. There's a good explosive shot. He blasts in there on a double when he wants to. 5-1. End of the second period. Cradled by Brostowitz, just out of time though, no points. And Wilhelm picked on their feet. Wild swing at a headlock and miss, then goes right to that blast double, which is almost a sure thing here. How that wild headlock crept into the head there, I have no idea.
Like I said, I think he runs out of juice, and then you don't mentally use your head real good.
7-3. There was a headlock missed by Wilhelm.
Marshfield did the same thing.
Yep. 9-2 now for the Red Raider. They're going to put him back up. Going to go after the takedowns here a little bit. Warning, stalling Brostowitz. The bad thing, he gives the impression that he's backing around the mat, which he is, and that's the impression the referee sees. 30 seconds. Come on, Leo, we need a takedown here. Eight seconds.
Trying to score another half a point here.
And hasn't figured that out till too late in the match. 9-3, Brostowitz with a win. And he is out of the tournament on the individual side as he will finish 5th. So Leo's season comes to an end. That's too bad for that Red Raider. Peter Rucker up next. And he will take on Brett Johnston out of Stevens Point. Follow that with A.J. Schutz against Rhinelander's Trevor Knapp. We'll bring those matches to you when we return to the individual regional championship match at 182 pounds. Stevens Point's Brett Johnson against your Red Raider, Peter Rucker. John Stun, as Joyce reminded me. I'll look back in the lineups here to see if Peter Rucker beat him 16-6 in the dual meet.
He's already had two.
And then pinned him last week, and he's ahead 2-1 on a takedown and a cut loose. Low shot right at the base of the heel. Coming up with it. Trip. Covers him. Takes him down again.
Peter's been wrestling real well the last couple of weeks.
And that's a bright spot for the Red Raider. Oh, nice shot inside there on a single. Drops, change levels again, gets to a double. Another takedown, 6-2, the lead for the Red Raider. Bar on a wrist now just a loose bar, now a double bar. Nope, just a wrist on the far side. Gonna run this bar over is Peter Rucker. Got a lot of time, 45 seconds, keep stepping.
Over his head, Peter. Right over his head. Let it get loose.
Got the wrist in the bar again. This is a little better.
Don't lose it, Peter.
Oh!
Put that elbow right in his ear.
Just not comfortable pinning people, is he?
Oh, I heard the whistle.
5 seconds left first period. It's going to be 8-2, the Red Raider Rucker after one. Rucker 39-7. He's ranked 6th in the state right now. Both on their feet is Rucker's choice. Low shot right at the heel again, comes up to the body, but then lost all grip on everything. Rucker with another takedown.
Stretch him out, Peter.
Got a bar on her wrist. Runs it again. Steps again. Keep that other bar. This is a pretty good position here. There, he gets some body weight on him.
Yeah, you get back here a little. There he goes.
Now he throws a half. 34 seconds left. Pin for Peter Rucker in the finals. 3:29 on the fall.
This is good wrestling.
Championship for Peter Rucker at 182 for the Red Raiders. And he advances to the individual sectional next Saturday. And that will be right home at Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Next up, AJ Schutz in a match with Trevor Knapp at Rylander. We'll bring you that when we return to the DC Everest Fieldhouse. Championship match, 195 pounds, a couple of good ones in the weight class around the state. Trevor Knapp, a Rylander, ranked 12th in the state. Your Red Raider, AJ Schutz, ranked 9th. Never wrestled this year before. Again, Rylander not in the Valley Conference, but they come into this regional for the tournament series.
They've scouted him a little bit.
Yeah, they have. They countered the pinch headlock pretty well. AJ with a Russian.
Guy steps out pretty good on
Yep.
that.
Oh, double overhooks by Knapp now. Back trip. Off the mat.
Somebody's going to get hurt out of that.
Oh. Knapp, a physical guy. AJ Schutz has got power in his own right.
Stay with it. Stay with it. You're okay.
Oh, and he backed out. Oh, just out of bounds. He ended up on top, too. 26 seconds left.
Not there this time.
Headlock, no, out of bounds. 12 seconds left. And the 1-0-0.
Looks like either one of them just have one big move.
Schutz's choice. He's going down. AJ trying to turn inside now. Get your one, AJ.
Careful here.
There's the one for AJ. Whew, good. Didn't stay in there too long and get hip tossed again.
Yeah.
Matt just going to put his head right in your chest and wade right into you. Trying double overhooks. No, AJ. Oh.
Come on, you got something else. Come the other way then.
Work that Russian. Run a little time here. There you go. Minute left, second period. Padlock him. Oh, and they're off again.
That'd have hurt him a little that time.
Yeah, Baskey felt that going down.
Hurt my ribs.
He had him locked right up there. AJ Schutz's tournament. He had a pin in the first round over Marshfield Simon Slade. And he beat Walker Baskey Amaro 7-4.
Shut up.
Red Raiders, the last team scores we had were, the Red Raiders were in second, 168. Oh, here we got some updated ones. Marshfield, 188.5. Rapids second, 181.5. Everest third, 176.5. Stevens Point with 150.5. So Knapp getting checked out on the head score or the scorers table area there. He comes back in. 45 seconds left. AJ Schutz leads 1-0 on the escape. Takedown this period would be huge for AJ. 35 seconds. Protect your leg, AJ. Come on, get him down. Know where you're at here. Know where you're at here. AJ stepped over top of him. Holy cow, AJ Schutz, 2 takedown.
That's pretty good balance.
That was there. Normally that would have went the other way.
Really?
But again, we were talking in the break about AJ Schutz not being the best athlete on the mat. He's got a heck of a lot of heart, and he will
big
go.
Pump.
And he will go, no matter what.
It's something that we're missing on a few guys here.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 of them that we've seen. AJ 3-0 with a lead after 2.
Let's go, AJ. Break him down, bud.
Get underneath this arm, AJ.
This Rylander kid's pretty strong.
Yeah, he's put together. Keep that wrist, AJ. Drive him on his head. Get under the arm again. Drive him on his head. There you go. Don't get reversed here, AJ. Oh, there you go. Blood on Rylander. Rylander a little slow to get back up. He's
They hit pretty hard. They hit that pretty hard the other time.
Starting to go below half tank in the fuel bit, I think. 110 left, 3-0. AJ Schutz. The only thing is, this timeout gives Knapp a chance to catch some breath.
It does, but you know what? You don't come back that fast. I've been on both sides of that. You think it's an advantage, but it's like it's not nearly enough.
Everest is second.
And they're still cleaning Knapp up over there. Again, Knapp is ranked 12th in the state at 195. AJ Schutz ranked 9th. Both guys got power. We've seen that already. And Knapp is obviously bleeding pretty good here. That they got a trainer over there looking to clean him up, or he's got a cut or something.
Oh, they're wrapping him up.
They've used a little bit of tape today, I know that. It's on nosebleeds.
Oh, they took it off.
See if we can get some updated team scores.
Third.
Right now, as we speak, Marshfield in first, 188.5. DC Everest in second, 182.5. AJ Schutz needs this win in order to put us back into second place with an outside shot to hopefully find first, but we'll see. It'd be an outside shot. Knapp on a high base. Schutz chops an arm down. Give him only one, AJ. Give him only one, AJ. Knapp back in on a single. Schutz countering hard here. Cross facing around the corner he's trying to get. AJ Schutz just stayed right with it.
And he's bleeding again.
And Knapp's got blood coming again. Knapp's pretty slow moving here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's running out of juice.
AJ Schutz stayed with that counter long enough until it paid off, put him back on the mat and in control.
Yeah, he's got good endurance.
Knapp is down on one knee on the side of the mat there, and AJ standing up, walking around, pacing. Now the trainer looking at him again. I'm going to see how they can try to stop the blood that's coming from, I'm not sure if it's a nose or a abrasion on the head or face or what. 35 seconds left, third period. Your Red Raider AJ Schutz leads 3-0. Knapp starting to put a headgear back on. And the ref calls him back to the center. 35 seconds, 3-0 AJ Schutz. Ankle pick, chopping an arm. Get under it, AJ. There you go. Stay under it. Knocked him off his base. Got the legs separated. Got a legs ride, cross body half now. Schutz rides along in the saddle. Takes the legs out, now got a half. 5 seconds left. AJ Schutz a couple ticks away from a regional championship. 3-0 AJ Schutz.
Good boy, AJ. It's good to see. He deserves that. Nice.
Hard work.
Nice.
Regional champion for the Red Raiders at 195. Next up, Josh Hansen will take on Ben Raychik out of Stevens Point. And looking back at 220, Raychik wrestled Schutz in a dual meet. Schutz pinned him early. And the conference tournament, Hansen lost 7-0. So we'll see if Hansen can protect his legs and learn a little fight from AJ Schutz. Underhook by Hansen, and Raychik
You're right.
head tap.
Protect those legs a little bit.
Yeah, he just will not do that. Hansen gets taken down, and he trails 2-0. Now he's got to work off the bottom. And Raychik, the better athlete of the two, so Hansen needs to learn to protect legs and control the match in his style. He can't let Raychik dictate, and that's what he did so far.
He wants to roll all the time.
Maybe against the average 220-pounder you could, but not against a guy that can wrestle, has got some athletic ability.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And again, the tough meter doesn't go up very high yet. Hopefully it'll grow in leaps and bounds here, but Raychik with a bar on the right-hand side. Hansen trying to
get it down.
Don't put your other arm back, Josh.
Oh.
Chicken wing. Oh, thank goodness that stopped that.
And that was illegal.
1 point Hansen. Illegal hold. Again, something that he just doesn't understand. He had his arms out in front so he couldn't get a double arm bar. And then he put it back along his hip and then made that double arm bar easy. Thank God it went to a chicken wing. was close to the chicken wing again. And here he's getting worked on as Raychik puts him into a cradle. 3 seconds, 2 seconds,
come
1.
on.
Good thing the period ran out. 2-1, Raychik after 1. Raychik's choice. He's going to defer. Hansen. Got to go down.
Don't fight very hard for that base.
No start on the bottom whatsoever. Just so passive.
It's pretty hard to score when you're on your belly.
Man, not doing nothing to come up here. Wisconsin Rapids in second place right now, 188.5 to DC Everest, 191.5. Marshfield is tied with the Red Raiders in second at 188.5 right now.
Two chances to do something.
Warned both wrestlers for stalling, and Raychik gets a point. Three 1:45 seconds left, second period.
He made a quick move off the bottom, but there was no technique to it. He just kind of moved. And I didn't see any hip slide or stand up or nothing.
No legs come up with it. And he went forward. He didn't go back into the wrestler. So he's got all his weight going over his hands that aren't there. So he's going to fall on his face.
Come on, Josh.
End of two periods, 3-1, Raychik of point. Hansen unable to come off his stomach. Raychik's choice, he goes down to start the third.
That's not a place for a cradle, though.
Especially if you're short.
Just break him down, Josh. Come on. Scott wants him to let him go.
And he doesn't listen, don't hear. One point escape, 4-1. Raychik. Take down with the head down on the mat. 6-1.
Gonna have to wrestle back for fourth even.
And with just under 50 seconds left, Hansen is going to have to wrestle back. If this match stays the same, he's going to have to wrestle back to finish fourth.
That's pathetic.
Under 10 seconds, still 6-1. Rachik, and that's probably the way this match is going to stay, as Hansen can't even get off his stomach. You know, you don't want to just keep harping on some of that, but it's a fact that, you know, a lot of these kids here have not been around or seen or been a part of the wrestling that was Rapids wrestling in the past, you know, and you had such good teams, such long runs, and did it with the average guys winning the matches. The studs are going to be the studs. They're going to get their wins and the losses for both teams, but those average guys with a lot of hard fight and determination and grit, refuse to lose, is what won a lot of state tournaments and matches for the Red Raiders. It's just hard
I don't think we were always better. I always felt we were tougher.
So that's kind of a hard thing to watch sometimes.
Come on, stay in here now. Stay in here, Sam.
Sam Scheidegger gets re-cement to Wausau East. And
uh-oh. Move your feet, Sam. Just throw it when he's in there. The guy's really out of position. Come on, Sam.
Re-cement pinned Scheidegger in 50 seconds in the dual meet. And
what is that? That is
lost on a
wrestling.
pin in 2:32 in the tournament.
That is ugly wrestling.
Now it's time for you.
That was all scored off the mat.
Right. Ahmet was off the mat with his foot. But then again, Scheidegger shouldn't have been in that position. Now he's going to be down at least 5. Scheidegger gets stomach down finally and into a base, but he's down 5-0. Scheidegger to his feet, but not using his hands for anything. Might have him cut off here a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty close to being under the chin.
Grab some hand slam on the way up. Now, see how easy that was. Got 1 point back, 5-1 after one period. In the championship match at 285, we got a couple of ranked guys going at it. Zach Irabaran Merrill, ranked 5th. And DC Everest Jack Johnson, honorable mention. Ahmed just jacking him up.
Just throw it though, Sam. You're okay now.
Hip into him. Don't quit here. To take down Ament. Minute 9 left, second period. Here's the Okie choke again. Big points here for Scheidegger. Got the reversal and going to get 3 near fall. He's going to be down by a point if he doesn't pin him here. "39 seconds. Wow.
What?
I don't know what you say. I guess he got a pin.
Clarity in a cloudy day.
3:22 on the fall time. Scheidegger with the win.
He's getting into wrestling Everest.
And he will end up wrestling
Johnson.
Jack Johnson out of DC Everest for second and third. So he's got one more match left yet.
I know it was a boom over there. I don't know what the time was. 42 seconds.
So Sam Scheidegger with a wrestleback. Josh Hansen with a wrestleback. AJ Schutz a champion. Peter Rucker a champion. Leo Brostowitz knocked out in fifth. Dakota Bratz knocked out at 160. Wyler Lubeck a champion. Damian Bennett finishes fourth, as does Zach Hamill and Cole Laddick and Ryan Searing.
Did Leo get knocked out too?
Yep, Lucas Erickson finishing in third. Josh Black got a wrestleback. And Preston Spray, a champion at 106 pounds. So we will take a short break here, and we'll come right back with some of those wrestleback matches here on the Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Back now to wrestleback match with 220-pounders Caden Weiss of Wausau East, your Red Raider Josh Hansen. These two have wrestled twice before. Hansen has pinned Weiss both times. So Hansen's got to wrestle his way back. Got to get a win here in order for a chance to get to be fourth place and advance to the individual sectional. Sam Scheidegger will follow very shortly. He'll take on DC Everest Jack Johnson at 285 in the same wrestleback fashion. Both wrestlers, collar tie, push, pull. Both wrestlers slap a collar tie on each other one more time. "55 seconds left first period. Underhook, overhook per Hansen. Warning, stalling. Wausau East. Double overhooks now for Hansen. He's trying to jump up in the air, get his arms locked around Hansen's body. Now Hansen breaks it, tries to fire a headlock.
Oh,
8 seconds left. Finish wrestling here, Josh. Don't quit down here.
no.
Time is out. Thank goodness for that. Hansen almost quit with 2 seconds left. That was enough time for Weiss to try to get a takedown as Hansen was looking up at the official. 0-0 after one. Hansen's choice. He goes down to start the second period.
Kid from East is tired. Come on, get up. No, Josh, don't roll.
Hansen able to get stomach down after he almost got rolled. This is where Hansen struggles getting off his stomach. Got to learn to build a base. Hansen now got to his knees, now putting a foot on the mat. 1:15 left. Hansen steps up, gets the 1-point escape. As soon as he got to his knees, it was pretty easy for him. I mean, you have to be able to convince yourself sometimes that this is a lot easier than I'm trying to make it here. Double overhooks again by Hansen. And Ament looking to get the under and overhooks. Toss attempt by Hansen, but missed, and they go off the mat. .37 seconds left. 1-0 Hansen with a lead. Underhook. Pinch headlock. Can he commit to it? Not hard enough. 22 seconds left. .15. End of 2 periods, 1-0. The Red Raider Hansen with a lead. Weiss chooses down. Hansen needs a really hard start here, and there is none. Weiss takes himself off his base, puts himself on his stomach. Weiss to his feet again. Hansen's got to get him back to the mat. He can't do it. 1-point escape for tie. Hansen with an under and overhook. Tried to get to a body lock. Well, he's trying to jack up Hansen, get to the body lock. Hansen tried a headlock, ill-advised, but backs off. 45 seconds left. There was a good snap by Hansen. Again, the Red Raider team on the right-hand side, they're trying to urge Hansen on, pick the pace up here, press the action. It's just not in Hansen to flip the switch. .15 seconds. Winner of this match goes to the individual sectional. They're out of bounds with 9 seconds left. 1-1. 9 seconds, end of the third. And we are going to overtime. One-minute overtime period. First wrestler to score wins the match. Caden Weiss trying to get the double underhooks. Hansen with double overhooks now. Weiss with a body lock. Hansen with the double overhooks. Sam Scheidegger steps on the mat against Jack Johnson at EC Everest. Warning, stalling, Rapids. Sam Scheidegger not having a good time so far. And big toss by Hansen. He's got the takedown and a win. Slide you over to the Scheidegger match. And the Red Raiders come running over to see if they can cheer on the big heavyweight. Finally, some emotion out of the Red Raider wrestling team. Finally. Scheidegger has got his leg lifted in the air by Jack Johnson at EC Everest. And he gets taken down with a trip right at the edge of the mat. Again, the feet, the balance. Comes back to haunt Scheidegger. Jack Johnson pinned him in 138. In the dual meet earlier in the year. Scheidegger got to put a foot on the mat. Lee slides to the front. Comes up, turns to face. He's got one in the escape, 2-1. Johnson with a lead. 38 seconds left first period. Johnson, an honorable mention, ranked heavyweight in the state. And the 1 period, 2-1 Johnson of Everest. Disc comes up. Red, that's Scheidegger's. He chooses to defer. Johnson chooses on top. Scheidegger's got to have a hard start off the bottom. Scheidegger turning inside. Comes up with the escape and we're tied. Pinch headlock for Scheidegger. Got him down on the mat. Can he spin behind him and get rid of that leg tied up? Forcing down on the head. Now Johnson turns inside to a double. Scheidegger sprawls back. Stay with it, Sam, stay with it. Scheidegger spun in front of Johnson, and Johnson caught him and took him down. 4-2, Johnson leads. Scheidegger stands up. Stretching that leg back. 47 seconds left. Again, here's where agility and athletic ability comes into play a little bit. Johnson just drives right into him. Scheidegger's got to watch out so he don't pin himself. He goes stomach down. 2 near fall Johnson. Those are huge 2 points. 6-2 with 24 seconds left. Near fall coming for Johnson. And he pins Sam Scheidegger. And that locks up the team points for DC Everest. They came in with 203.5 to 195.5 to 191 for Marshfield. We will see if we can get the final team points before we leave. Scheidegger goes down to defeat. Hansen advances at 220 pounds. Fourth place finisher for the 220 pounder. Quick recap. 106 pound champion Preston Spray. 113 pounder fourth place for Josh Black. 120 pound weight class third place for Lucas Erickson. 126 pound Ryan Searing in fourth. 132 pounds finishing in fourth place was Cole Laddick. Finishing in fourth place at 138, Zach Hamill. At 145, Damian Bennett in fourth. Champion Wyler Lubeck at 152 pounds. Dakota Bratz knocked out at 160. Leo Brostowitz knocked out at 170. Peter Rucker, a champion at 182 pounds. AJ Schutz, a champion at 195 pounds. Josh Hansen, fourth place finisher at 220. Sam Scheidegger knocked out at 285 pounds. The Red Raiders losing 3 in this individual regional. They will take 11 to the individual sectional at Lincoln High School this coming Saturday. We'll see if head coach Scott Benitz can come up and give us a little bit of post-tournament reaction and his comments. We will check the final team scores for you, and we'll be back with more and a final wrap-up of the individual sectional on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Back now at the individual regional from DC Everest High School. We got an update for you here. I had misspoken earlier. Sam Scheidegger at 285 qualifies in third place, and Josh Hansen at 220 qualifies in fourth. AJ Schutz, Peter Rucker are champions. Leo Brostowitz, Dakota Bratz knocked out of the tournament. Wyler Lubeck, champion. Damian Bennett finishing in fourth. Zach Hamill finishing in fourth, along with Cole Laddick in fourth, and Ryan Searing. Lucas Erickson finishing in third place. Josh Black finishing in fourth, and 106-pound champion Preston Spray. We may get Scott Benitz to come in here and give us a little interview. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. We're back now at the individual regional. Head coach Scott Benitz, thanks for stopping up and giving us a little bit of your insight on the tournament. Finishing in second place, not where the Red Raiders wanted to be. It was close throughout the day. Red Raiders in first for a while, and in second, then down to third, then fought their way back, and it was back and forth with some very good teams.
Yeah, you know, we probably scored around where we thought we could score. Everest had a good day. We had a couple weights where I think we could have scored some more. We didn't, and came up a bit short. So it's been that kind of year in the valley in the duels and the conference tournament. So you know, we needed to have our best day, and we had a pretty good day, but not the day we needed.
Right. Wasn't quite the same as last week when you wrestled in the conference tournament with basically the same teams, except you threw in Rhinelander.
Yeah, except there's a lot of guys back in. Marshall had 3 guys back in, and you know, there's a whole bunch of weight changes. So you know, even though it was the same tournament, there was a lot of weight classes that weren't the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we knew most all that was going to happen the way it happened, and we gave it our best shot weight-wise, and just didn't wrestle as well as we needed to in some matches. So
Preston Spray at 106 came away with a championship, and he was the dominant guy in the weight class.
Yeah, you know, he's better than the guys in that weight, and Galano hung with him pretty good this match, and you know, we're hoping to try to find a pin in there, and the kid wrestled really, you know, pretty stingy match as far as that goes, and you know, we picked up the major right at the end, you know, but I thought he wrestled pretty well all day. Josh Black, he's going to qualify in fourth place and ends on 2 tough beats. Yeah, you know, he was wrestling real good with Westerhausen, and I thought we were going to get that takedown, and all of a sudden we ended up on our back with way too much time. He fought for a long time, but he ended up there too much time left. He gets that takedown, he ties it back up, and gives himself a shot to win. You know, so it's it's a fine line between winning and losing sometime, and he was right there in a spot to maybe be able to win that, and ended up losing. 120, Lucas Erickson, he fights his way into a third place finish. Yeah, you know, Everest pulled an upset there in the first round, and then Lucas beat a guy that was pretty decent as well, and he wrestled good in that third place match against the Everest kid. isn't very flashy, but he holds position pretty well,
Right.
and he found a way to win that match. And that's huge. Kind of got us going again in the right direction with a win in place matches.
Yep. Ryan Searing finishing in 4th place, qualifies, but goes down on 2 pins late in the tournament.
Yeah, we were in that match with the Wausau East kid Rye, and got back to his feet, and I thought we were going to get to 1, and he didn't quite keep wrestling in there, and ended up getting cement mixered, and appeared like he didn't know where he was in there, and cement mixer's tight if you get hung up in it, but you got to control hands down in there, elbow
Right.
or something, and you got hung up pretty tight.
Cole Laddick at 132, he also qualifies in 4th place.
Yeah, tough call there. I thought we had that match kind of won. We got that reversal with 9 seconds to go, and got hung up kind of below his waist, but the kid was just sitting there in a switch,
Right.
and it was like, are we supposed to let him go? It probably, in my mind, probably could have been stalemated to give the guy a fresh start, but I don't know, like refs calls go the wrong way, but that was a really hard one to understand why a referee would decide that match in
Exactly.
that case, and he kind of he involved himself in the match by more than he needed to, and unfortunately we did not get it going in that overtime, and ended up being taken down.
Yeah, you've seen in a couple of instances today where the referees handed out more points than the wrestlers earned.
Yeah, they were throwing a lot of stalling stuff up in some weird spots,
Right.
and then they got themselves into trouble with doubles and stuff, and so it's hard to understand. Regional, you got a lot of different refs coming together, and you never quite know what you're going to get. But at the same time, for us close matches, you're going to get bad calls.
Right.
You're going to get good calls that go your favor. You forget about those. The ones that go against you, those are ones you remember, and we probably got some good calls too. So.
And the object of the wrestlers on the mat is to not leave it in a position for a referee to influence a match.
Yeah, and that's tough when you're equal with the guy, so you try not to have that happen, but there's a lot of matches that are close, and sometimes, that's the way it ends up then. If the ref, has a little more of a say in it than we would like it to be. So.
Zach Hamill at 138 now, kind of a wounded warrior going out there, getting the first match win, and picked up 2 team points, and then they're trying to get him through to the sectional, which he did. He qualified 4th.
Yeah, we were trying to get enough team points for us to win the team tournament, and he got that far. And there was a chance he was going to have to wrestle the 4th or 5th wrestle back against Balls and Merrill. So we couldn't take a chance in either of those matches because we needed to protect that, the 5th place, 4th place wrestleback. And the truth was we wouldn't have minded having that match because it would have been another 2-point pins if we could have picked up the pin. So we were kind of hoping to get that match, and it's just that's the best he could do today.
Damian Bennett at 145, he qualifies in 4th place.
Yeah, probably pulled a big upset that first round, beat a guy with a much better record, and
Right.
wrestled pretty good, and then just did not wrestle real well in the last 2. He wrestled really good to 1, and maybe got in deeper than he could in the bracket, but the kid that he lost to for 3rd had lost with the kid that he beat first round twice, and so we thought we had a chance to maybe pick up a win there, and he just didn't come up with many points. It's hard to win when you
No scoring, that's right. Wyler Lubeck, a 152-pound champion, and he came through a pretty good bracket.
Yeah, Lurkey got beat by Little White, and Little White actually battled him pretty hard.
Right.
We're not getting a lot of help in his matches on the stall calls. We worked pretty hard out there, and the guys countered pretty good, but keep doing it as long as the ref's not going to call it, I guess. And he worked hard, and he was going to win that match. He just had to keep finding spots to hit his offense.
Sure.
And finally pick up that takedown, and he's going to have to wrestle well next week again too. Either of those guys, can stay close with him, and anytime
Sure.
guys stay close, they have a chance to beat you.
That's right, and you see each other more and more and more, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter.
Sure.
Dakota Bratz at 160, ended up going down the first 2 matches, just plain overmatched in the weight class.
Yeah, that was unfortunate the way the seeds fell. He was actually the 6th best guy in that bracket, and they seeded him at 8, and he had a win over the number 6, and I still don't understand why the number, when we seed base head to head, why we didn't get the vote.
Get that
so to
spot,
speak.
yeah.
And he goes to 6th place. That's 6 points for us. Those 6 points were huge. So the seed actually hurt us in that.
170-pounder Leo Brostowitz comes up overtime loss in the first round, and then gets a bye, a 9-3 win, and then
Yeah.
he just didn't have a good match.
Yeah, it wasn't his best tournament today. He wrestled pretty decent early in the year. He had spots in there where he's wrestled pretty good, and wrestled pretty decent last week. And they scouted him really well. Wausau West did that first round, and he's kind of an easy scout yet. As he gets more experience and gets some more technique, he'll be a little tougher to scout, because then his athleticism and explosiveness will actually be able to score more points.
Right.
But they shut all that down today on him, and he didn't have any secondary things to go to, and it showed. So,
Right.
he needs to, we got to get some work to improve, but he's a kid that we can improve a bunch with.
A couple of bright spots in the lineup in a row. Peter Rucker, champion at 182 pounds.
Yeah, coming into that weight, he was better than the guys in the bracket, and he wrestled really well. Actually, wrestled better than he did last week, and kind of hitting his stride right now. And we're pretty excited getting into that sectional with him, and expecting big things from him in the next 2 weeks.
Peter Rucker at 195, and
AJ.
AJ Schutz 195, another champion, and he just plain outworks and outgoes people.
Yeah, he had a really good tournament today. The Knapp kid, I think, from Rylander had a pretty decent record.
Right.
We didn't see much on him in the previous matches, so we didn't really know. Basket's always dangerous. And,
That's right.
We wrestled a little bit of strategy with him, and did what we had to do to win both of those matches. And it's pretty neat. Senior finally getting some success, and puts himself into that sectional with a chance to get down to Madison.
Sure. 220, Josh Hansen. He had a chance to wrestle back, and got his wrestle back win in overtime, finishing in fourth.
Yeah, and ended up picking up that pin. If you wanted it to go to overtime, we needed the pin points to try to stay in this thing. And didn't wrestle real good against Stevens Point kid, but wrestled pretty good the first match and the last match, and he got himself into the sectional. Just we needed another win in there somewhere with somebody. We were really having a hard time finding them.
Sam Scheidegger at 285, finishing in third place. Last match, a loss to Jack Johnson, DC Everest, who's pretty good heavyweight in the group here. But, there's a little bit coming with Sam there.
Well, he beat a guy that beat him twice before.
Right.
So I don't know, how many times we would beat that kid. We kind of ended up on top. But, he used his weight well, and he pinned a guy and put him in the spot to get, a little better draw next week. And,
Right.
He just he came up a little short. Johnson's decent. And, we're young, and we've got a lot of losses. But, yeah, I thought he fought really hard. I thought he wrestled as hard as he possibly could in that last match. He didn't have enough, and a lot of pressure to put on the kid. Unfortunately, we had 13 other guys that probably should have picked up some points along
Sure.
the way and not put that pressure on a freshman heavyweight. So.
Yeah. Next week, sectionals come to Lincoln High School, and you get that Hudson area and River Falls area coming in. Hudson won that team sectional point title or team regional point title over there, so, and they're ranked above the Red Raiders, and I'm sure they're going to qualify a handful.
Yeah, we were hoping to get a duel with them on Tuesday to start getting an idea of what they look like, and unfortunately we don't have that opportunity now, coming up short on points today. But yeah, I'm guessing there are going to be some good individuals coming in from there, but I'd like to think our conference is pretty solid. And I'd like to think we got a few more state qualifiers coming out of our side. So, our guys that ended up in that third, fourth spot are going to really be in for a tough road to try to qualify. But the biggest thing is you got to get through round one to give yourself 2 more matches. So we just got to find a way to win the first round matches and try to get in the tournament. We got 4 guys that are probably favored in the first round, and the rest of them are probably underdogs. And so, the goal is for us to get as many guys now to individual state as we can, and we'll see what we can do.
Coach, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate the time, and good luck next Saturday at the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse, the individual sectionals.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
We'll bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling from that sectional tournament in Wisconsin Rapids on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.